in the chat.
That's actually Fat Man.
I was about to say
Slightly different.
I just looked at that, man.
Alright, everyone. Welcome back. Hello. We return to the great Monsters Monday. Apologies for yesterday. We didn't have a session due to a couple of party members not being able to attend. But luckily enough, we were able to have a session today with everyone involved, including Grumpy himself, playing as Tick-Drick, or as I called him, Trick-Dick. So, last time we left off with this party, they managed to, meet up with the Dragonborn Durabar, or the Dragon Duramar, as well as a new member, Tick-Drick, a Thrycreen. And as the party kind of joined together, deciding to form their little small mercenary company known as the Light, that Bastion didn't totally panic when coming up with the name for, the party decided to come together and follow along with the army to the northern capital of the Tiefling lands, the city of Kets. Upon arrival, the party managed to secure themselves a contract in exchange for clearing the tunnels and placing explosives at the bottom or at the end of them. The party would be rewarded with gold. The party, of course, agreed to this, as the other two options were not nearly as appetizing, and headed out with the army in the morning. Upon morning coming, after having a good night's sleep for one member, because Duramar's the only one in this group who has to sleep, the party gathered up their things. The instant tent was retrieved by Bastion, and immediately the party started heading in with the front lines. As the sun rose, you could see upon the battlements tieflings with shining armor shooting spells down the walls as the ramparts continued to be sieged. Give me a moment. Let's see. This will work. Put this in the background for the video. There we go. Alright. So, yes, as the party continued heading up the dungeon, or up towards the walls, finding the tunnels as they were explained, given a map showing the general design of the tunnels that they had managed to unearth, the party charges forth through the winding lines of the army. I need marching order.
Friend leads the way.
As a cat?
Yes.
We discussed it last time.
We did, yeah. It was me, Tick-Drick, and then
Duramar.
Okay. Alright. So as you lot charge forth with friend in what form?
I'm going to be a bit ahead as a cat to scope out the situation.
Okay. Charging through. If you're going to be a cat, then friend, I need some dex saves.
Dex save cat form. Alright. That's an unfortunate start.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Alright, let me get up my damaging dice.
It's not a natural one, not as bad as last week.
That is a very true. Good point. The natural ones are to come. As battle can be heard all around, and the slamming of shields against swords, arrows swooshing past, the sounds of the towers crumbling as they hit the walls. Ignore as this comes through the Discord, ignore the character sheet, I'm just using it for the damage. Okay. So, you take 6 points of damage, friend, as you continue kind of rushing through, dodging in between feet, but a lot of dwarves, a very small you, not very noticeable, as the heavy-plated feet continue to slam down, charging forward, yelling. The distracting is phenomenal. The party continues to push forward.
Magic damage?
That was non-magic damage, yes. So there are a few dwarves now running around with boots with metal plate and no boots. Or some of them with their toes missing on the boot, which makes it very uncomfortable, let me tell you.
I don't take damage! Yay!
That's fair. Okay, so as you continue charging forward, you finally see the tunnels marked out with little flags right under. As you see these two giant ladders hit and collide against the walls as dwarves start climbing up it, diving in. I assume you or friend.
I wouldn't say diving, but I'm making my way in.
Okay. So as you head down the little ladder or staircase that is about a 10-foot drop underground, the rest of the party follows, I assume.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, good, because if you had changed up and decided to climb ladders, I would have killed you all. Because I don't have encounters set for that fight.
Enjoy the siege!
Alright, so as you start climbing down, you immediately come into the entrance to the tunnels where you see the S. For those who are watching the stream, I am not streaming it. They got a map from the party that they are using in reference to this. And I don't feel like trying to set up the image right now. So, and as you head down, immediately within 20 feet of you, we start our first encounter. Give me a second to open it up and get it running. All right, and in a moment, as you kind of run down, you see as friend being the first one down, you see two tiefling guards standing at the entrance to this tunnel, going further down. They seem ready to fight as they see your party drop. Please, everyone, roll initiative.
Another bad roll. Alright, perfect.
Okay.
Don't worry, the cat leads the battle.
God damn it! What's new?
Yeah, take your gun at 6.
Oh, ouch. Okay.
Assault.
I was mixed up on characters.
No worries, Bastion. You're good.
12.
12. All right. Perfect. Who added me? Bump so we can find Lowell.
I just wanted to bring the map
Ooh.
down so that it was easier to access after our gift spam.
Yes, after the Batman span. All right, friend, as you look into this tunnel, you are first up.
So they're 20 feet in front of me?
Yes.
Right there. Yeah, so is there any way to get next or behind them, or are they blocking the only way to get?
They are right up against that little pathway that continues further into the tunnels.
I see. Then I'm gonna move against the right wall to get right up to one of them.
Okay. As you move up, you can now see a lot more clearly that these tiefling guards are wearing full banded mail with a shield in one hand, a great axe in the other, and a longbow on their back.
And obviously I can't fight really as a cat, so
Truly.
I'm gonna become a tabaxi.
Okay. As you grow, what kind of tabaxi? Just normal, traditional?
Yeah, in just the same color scheme as the little the black cat with a little white stripe on his face.
Okay. So as you suddenly grow, coming to your full height, which I believe would be at 6 foot tall, I believe, yeah. The tiefling looks very surprised by this situation and readies his great axe. That is, you did take a movement, and to transform is an action, so.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the tiefling that you walked up to immediately pulls out his great axe and starts trying to slash at you. Does an 11 hit?
No.
A 7?
Maybe no.
Alright, as the axe comes slashing into you, you watch as the axe cuts into your body, not really phasing you as the metal begins to drip and melt away from the axe. The tiefling looks extremely confused by the situation. Speaking in Infernal, for those who understand it, which I believe...
I can understand him.
Okay. You hear him suddenly shout as his bonus action, "Intruders in the hall, prepare!" And that is all the end of his turn. Okay. Bastion, my man, you are up.
I'm going to advance down towards the guy that Fred is fighting.
Okay. As you move up in front of these two tieflings standing guarding the door, they look on at you a little, slightly terrified.
I'm gonna approach the one that with the great axe.
Okay.
The melting great.
Yeah, and go ahead and swing my axe.
Okay.
Oh, that's not good.
Surprisingly, the 8 does not hit.
That's a shock.
So there's a movement and an action.
Bonus action to weapon fighting. I'm going to swing the other axe of charity.
Okay.
That's a 14.
As you go to slam into him, he seems to catch it with his shield, knocking your hand away slightly.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to do, Bastion?
I think that is it for this moment.
Okay. Duramar, my man, you rolled terribly, but still better than one of them. You are up.
Let's see. I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb
Okay.
at the one on which one was Bastion fighting? Left or right?
It would be one of them on the left. Yes, the one with the melted axe.
Gotcha. I'm gonna hit the one on the right with
Okay.
the Chromatic Orb, and I will be doing the acid damage if it hits.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Does a 23 hit?
Yeah, just barely.
Figured. I know I'm pretty unlucky with these things sometimes. I just have to make sure.
Alright, go ahead and roll damage.
I'll be rolling for the acid damage.
Okay.
Oh wow, that's decent. 22 damage.
You watch as this orb kind of floats towards, at a very slow, meandering pace, towards the tiefling. Right beside you, Bastion, as you just suddenly see it coming in this kind of like greenish color, and suddenly it kind of just slightly taps into the tiefling. His entire body begins to melt from the center outwards, and you watch as he falls apart to the ground to a nice orangish green mush.
Dear God.
Oh man.
The screams can be heard for miles down these tunnels.
You did roll almost max damage.
That's true. Still. Would that have an intimidation factor to it, or no?
Roll intimidation with advantage. Why not?
We want him to stay and die.
Alright, that's the first
You can't run
one.
without an opportunity attack.
Alright, the 16.
Okay, he will make a save for his own. He looks a little more frightened. Yeah, he definitely is staring down. Looks back up at you. Looks extremely pale for a tiefling. Did you want to do anything with that intimidation?
I think I'll just look at him with hungry eyes.
Okay. He is in fear of you. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Duramar? That's
No, I'm pretty good. That was a
Okay.
decent turn.
okay. Tickdrick, also known as the Tricky Dick.
So many nicknames. Alright. I think he'll use his bonus action to dash.
Okay.
Can I flank?
Yeah, very easily.
Alright, I'll flank the guard and I'll do 2 attacks.
Okay.
One for the normal attack and then one for the movement.
Okay, go ahead. And you will get advantage on these attacks because this guy is currently in fear.
I'll do these with my daggers.
That's fine. That hits.
So,
That doesn't
first
hit.
one hits.
Yep.
Well, no, that's
Oh.
advantage.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're wrong. Okay, yeah, you're right with your advantage. Okay, so yeah, you definitely hit.
Oh, well, thank goodness for advantage.
Yeah, thank God for
Thank
that.
goodness.
The
Does that
second one
hit?
misses.
Okay, so first one.
Yes.
So damage. Great, and then I'll put sneak attack into it because it was with advantage.
Yep.
Where is it? There it is.
Okay. As you start running up beside it, the tiefling still very distracted with Duramar staring at him, just keeping eye contact as the color is fading away from him. Charging up beside you, slash into him. The first just managing to bounce off the shield as he kind of repositions, or the second kind of bouncing off the shield as he repositions himself after the first knife goes straight into the jugular. And you watch as the tiefling guard drops to the ground. And you are out of your first portion of combat. Okay. As you look on, you watch as the two guards drop. One now in an acid pool, the other immediately bleeding out from the neck wound. I will continue to keep up with the XP that is being awarded as we go. So, all right. As you lot do this, however, as you finish up the fight, immediately the group that you hear as another group coming up these stairs starts screeching and running up, charging at full pace. Quite a few tieflings come running up. One guard, as well as a few strange-looking clothed horned figures. I would like you all to re-roll initiative. There's going to be a lot of fighting today.
Okay, that's better.
Slightly
That's nice.
better.
Okay.
Slightly better.
Duramar got one
One
more point. All right, and friend? Oh, friend's on
He
mute.
did. No, he didn't. Oh yeah, that's right. He's helping with groceries.
Oh, is he helping with groceries?
Yeah, he put that in the chat.
All right. I didn't see. Well, I'm not looking. I don't look at our Discord when we're running game.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, he put that in the Monster Monday chat,
Not a problem. I will just keep his old initiative.
which is still pretty decent.
Yeah, which is still going to make him go first. So I will skip his turn as we come in for a second.
Hold his action.
Yeah, hold his action. That's what we're going to call it. All right, Tricky Dick, you're up.
Oh.
As you see, as looking down this little narrow hallway that you, Bastion, and Friend in his tabaxi form are kind of cornering. You see down this hallway as the stairs, about 8 figures come running up the stairs, charging up at you. One guard in the front, as a bunch of these cloth figures continue to charge up behind him.
How
And
far
if I
away?
do remember correctly, Bastion is holding the explosives.
Yes,
Oh, yeah, he
that's
is.
correct. I would assume he has them in the little backpack.
Yeah.
They are currently 10 feet from you.
10 feet. Okay. I'll stay where I am and throw 2 daggers.
Oh, okay. You're going to throw them? All right.
These would not be an advantage, right?
Correct. They are not intimidated. And they can clearly see you.
12 to hit?
12 does not hit for the first one that's coming up the front.
Okay. 13?
Nope. So as you go chucking both of your knives, which you will now have to use an action to go pick up, the guard in the front raises his shield, charging forth with a loud roar as he kind of continues to move forward as your 2 knives bounce right off to the sides. 2 of the cloth figures seem to eye the knives falling. Let me double check something actually real quick. I want to make sure. Give me one moment to also give the group a chance for something. Let me see something. Sorry, I just need to see if this is in... I don't think it is, but it's never hurts to check. It is not. Okay. Alrighty then, that's fine. So immediately the guard continues to push forward, seeing Bastion. He looks at him as the main target,
Oh, wait,
being
hold
the
on.
large
I have
guy.
a bonus action still.
Oh, you did? Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Bonus action, I'll dash and backpedal about like 20 feet.
Okay, so standing back next to Duramar. Okay, as you jump back, the guard continues to charge forward, kind of not really paying attention to you, as your knives seem to have fallen to the side, and just continues to charge forth towards Bastion. Grumpy or Tickdrick, any other actions you need to take or have? Okay, no issue. All right, the guard is up, and he is going to take his great axe and try and smack Bastion across the head. Oh Lord, is he going to? Nope. As he fails his first attack, I assume Bastion a 5 doesn't hit your AC.
No.
As the axe seems to bounce off of you with very little strength behind it, the Tiefling guard takes his second strike. 16.
Nope.
As the second one continues to bounce off, taking no effect, the Tiefling guard looks a little shook and concerned about the situation. Okay. The first muralist... Well, what the hell just happened? Encounter builder. Ooh, please don't freeze on me. There we go. The tiefling Muralist pulls out one of his scimitars and grabs the knife off the ground using his action to do so, and then moves up and ends his turn. He is now standing next to the guard flanking Bastion. The next Muralist does the same thing, but this time grabbing the other dagger that was landed on the ground and heads over towards Friend with his scimitar drawn, again using his action and movement. Next Muralist, there's a lot in here, don't worry boys, is going to actually take his dagger and chuck it at Duramar in the back and try to avoid hitting him. Give me a moment to grab his exact sheet.
And try to avoid hitting me?
No, he's trying to avoid hitting his teammates. My apologies. Yes. Alright. 1 minute. Okay. Alright. Does a 14 hit Duramar?
It matches.
It does not then. As his dagger is thrown, it drops to the ground, barely missing you, and he stops where he is at. Okay. Bastion, you are up, my friend.
Well, I'm going to take a swing at the guy that just tried to swing on me, I suppose.
Okay.
Kick his ass.
Yes, please. Let's see what you can get.
That is a nat 20.
Ooh.
Holy shit. Go ahead and confirm.
Oh boy.
It does not confirm.
Okay, I was gonna say, no worries. Alright, so let's double the damage or double the dice roll, your choice.
I'm going to double the dice roll. I'm also going to make this a brutal strike.
Okay.
So it'll add an extra d6.
Alright.
So first is a 11.
Okay.
And then a second 11, so 22.
As you slash
And-
into him, you don't trust me. You
Oh,
don't have to
add
roll
an
the extra.
extra-
Oh,
An
okay.
extra 6.
To confirm, he's very dead. As you slash into this tiefling guard, cutting straight through his shield, the shield splits in half as you watch as you cleanly cut into him. And for the rest of the party, as you watch as Bastion continues to hack away at this poor guard, that at this point you can watch as his body is slumped and died, and has been dead for a few seconds as he continues to slash at it. Yeah, Bastion, you have managed to kill the poor tiefling guard of the group. Covered in blood and the smell of death around you. Okay.
Bonus action, 2-weapon fighting.
Okay.
I would like to swing at the muralist right there.
Alright, yeah, go ahead.
That's a 18.
That hits.
Okay.
Oh,
Didn't Tick Trick
Only an 8.
towards me, or is he using a range attack?
no. He came back towards you for Tick Trick, yes.
Yeah, next to you right now.
And also, Bastion, don't forget to roll for your acts of charity. I believe every time it's you hit or get a crit.
It's every time something's killed.
So you did get a kill on the first tiefling guard, so feel free to roll for how many coppers fall out of him. Which doesn't add to the gruesomeness at all. Alright,
7.
you all watch as Bastion continues to slash into this corpse. Copper seem to spew out of his axe. 7 coppers drop in the ground, and then turns around and slices into the other muralist, taking him in the ribs, and you can watch as the muralist kind of buckles over slightly. Still standing, but definitely bleeding out and close to death. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Bastion?
Fuck it, I'm gonna action surge.
Okay.
I'm gonna swing on it again.
Alright, go ahead.
Going ham.
My man's gonna...
That's a 23.
that hits.
Let me see.
Go ahead and roll your damage die.
I was just seeing with the brutal strike. It's once per turn, but I did it on this turn. So.
Don't worry, 12 is definitely enough damage as you cut, pulling the axe out. You all watch as Bastion comes straight back in, slashing into the muralist. This time, cutting fully across as the creature, or as the muralist dies. and 6 coppers fly out of his belly as the axe comes full swing. Man, that's more gruesome than the actual killing. All right. Anything else, Bastion?
Oh, that's it.
Okay. So as the next muralist continues to charge up, seeing what happened, he is actually going to immediately cast. And let me grab the spell because they don't put the spell lists on all these monsters, which is really annoying. All right. Give me a moment, please. Alright. Actually, there we go. Perfect. Okay. Immediately, you see as an Eldritch Blast goes shooting out. It is an attack from the creature. So, give me a moment. Where is the... Oh, here. There we go.
I definitely enjoy the attack from Carr.
Thank you. I need someone who had the item I was using. Okay. Does a 9 hit your AC, Bastion?
No.
Alright, as you watch as this beam of crackling energy goes streaking right past Bastion's head, and the muralist looks very confused. As you see his hand seems to blacken after casting the spell. He takes 2 points of damage from casting that. Alright, and that is going to end his turn. The second muralist, after that, is going to charge forth instead, straight at Bastion with his scimitar, and make an attack, thinking that he has a chance 7?
Nah.
As the scimitar goes bouncing off, they look very confused. These guys don't have much weight behind their swings, Bastion. Alright. Duramar, you are up.
So the weapon... So they threw a dagger at me, right?
Yes.
That dagger of venom?
Yes. It is now sitting on the floor behind you.
Take it. It's ours now.
Can I pick it up?
Yeah, it'll be an action.
Sure. I mean, I kind of don't want to accidentally hit Bastion. I don't think I could really see, according to my position, the other enemies anyways.
That's fair. Yeah, you can add a dagger of venom to your inventory.
Nice.
Mhm.
That'll end my turn.
Okay. Alright, back up to the top of the order. Friend, you are up.
Yes. Who's near me?
So you can see currently 2 muralists that are standing in front of Bastion and 2 more behind them.
I'll join Bastion and find the front line.
Okay. Alright. You see 2 cloaked figures in what looks to be normal, like, brown cloth. They had earlier tried to throw daggers and shoot off spells next to Bastion, missing him each time. Feel free to make an attack if you like, or another action.
Let's hope this attack goes well.
Okay.
That's an 18.
18 does hit. The cloth armor, very protective.
Alright, 7 damage,
Okay.
plus acid damage, plus 2 more acid damage.
You watch as the muralist that friend punches, as the punch goes straight through his chest, melting the sides of the hole, completely clearing as the muralist just drops completely dead at the action. Okay. Yeah. You still have a second action because you didn't have to move as Bastion. You were standing next to Bastion already. So
Well, I'll take a swing then.
all right, you gotta take a swing on the next one. Feel free.
It's 14.
14 hits.
That's a max punch damage again.
Okay.
And then plus acid. That's 10 damage this time.
As you watch yet again, as friend just continues shoving holes through these muralist chests, completely dropping them as they seem to melt into a pool of blood and gore. All right.
That will be my turn.
Okay. Next up.
Can I fist bump friend?
I would not recommend it, but you
Do you
can.
want? I mean, if you're willing to take the D4 acid damage.
Tigdrick, you are up. As you can see, the two muralists that are about 5 feet in front of Bastion and Friend, and the small pile of corpses in front of them. There's literally within a foot of them. What would you like to do?
Can I get behind and flank one of them?
With the current setup, as you're looking down, you can see it there in this little narrow hallway with the two of them shoulder to shoulder. You can't really move it around them at this point.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll run up. I'll dash.
Okay.
Using bonus action, I'll dash up to them.
Okay.
And I will swing with my short sword twice.
All right, go ahead and make an attack. That hits.
And 7.
That second one misses, but that's okay.
Okay, so first one.
All right.
4 damage.
Okay. Any bonuses or additives to that?
Nope.
Okay. So as you watch as Tigdrick just comes charging up, scimitar in hand, slashes right into the muralist. Again, the clothing or the cloth armor really not helping much as the blood continues to squirt out from from their chests and stomachs as the stab goes clean through. Luckily, that one was injured, and you did get the kill on that as the tiefling drops. All right, Tigdrick, you've used your 2 attacks and I believe, bonus action.
Yep, I'm done.
Okay. All right. Well, those are
Actually,
all.
wait.
Yes.
Can I move backwards without getting opportunity attack, or no?
Yes, you would be able to currently.
Then yeah, I'll move back
Okay.
as far as I could.
What is your movement speed?
40 feet.
Okay, so yeah, you'd be able to get back to Duramar pretty easily. All right, heading back to the back line. All of these guys are dead. Bastion, with one tiefling muralist 5 feet in front of you standing, a pile of bodies everywhere. What would you like to do?
Obviously, I'm not going to show any mercy, and if I'm not standing by him, I'm going to approach.
Okay, so as you move up 5 feet,
then take a swing.
all right,
That's a 24.
that hits.
And then I'm making this my brutal strike.
Okay,
So 8 plus another 2, so 10.
go ahead and roll your coppers. As you watch as this tiefling just gets slashed down completely without a second thought as Bastion just continues to advance. As 6 coppers continue to explode out. My man is a walking piggy bank. All right.
Oh, he's a slot machine.
Pretty much, yeah. Okay, as you lot have managed now to take out 2 of the encounters. You find that the hallways are quiet, and...
Eat bodies.
Huh?
I eat the bodies. You can do the rolls later if you want. Just
You
tally
should-
them down.
You should probably let Tigdrick get the daggers back.
Oh, well, they're not. They're just bounced off. They're not in them.
No, they're on the ground.
Bouncing those up.
Oh, did they?
Oh, I thought they picked them up at one point.
Alright, I will tally that at the end of this, remind me. And I will get the tally up for you for how many we have to roll on at the end of this. And let me just double check something so I can keep track of the XP for myself as well. Okay.
Can I
Yes.
do something real quick?
What's up?
I'm going to move over to the rest of the party mates
Uh-huh.
and expend a charge from my boots to cast Pass Without Trace.
Okay.
To get myself, including the rest of the party, to get that bonus to stealth, the +10.
Okay.
Are there, outside of what Friend eats, is there any like armor laying off to the side that they were wearing or anything?
Yes. So each of the guards were wearing chainmail, and each had shields, as well as a great axe, minus one of them who no longer has a great axe, and a longbow. So, as well as... Oh, give me a minute. The thing... I hate the encounter counter sometimes. Give me a minute to pull it up. As well as a couple of scimitars and just some normal leather armor.
Mm.
Going to
Any
send
other-
you a question real quick.
Sure.
Any other daggers left over?
Just the 2 you got back.
Okay.
You can try and look at the item, or try and do an Arcana check if you guys are interested in searching for something specific.
Yeah, let's do a shot. Why not?
Okay, go ahead.
There, +1 Arcana. No.
What'd you roll? Wow. Yes, Duramar is very magical indeed.
Which is funny, because last time we did magic, I was the only one that got a 20.
I'm gonna go ahead and try to do that.
Okay.
I guess I'll also roll Arcana.
Alright. Give it, and then I'll run your thing. 16. Yes, none of the items have are magical at all. Bastion, as you start picking up the remaining chain shirts, grabbing them off the bodies as friend is slowly pulling them into his body.
I think we're just watching that happen.
Yeah. As you all watch as this, Tabaxi just kind of grabs by the boots, the tiefling's pulling them into him. Bastion, grabbing a couple of the things of chainmail, puts them on, and they immediately absorb into his skin and disappear. Bastion, physically, you don't feel any different, but the rest of the party you watch as his body goes from this more, strong-looking piece, each piece being a large piece of plate, to looking more and more like it has little rings carved into the pieces of plate. Now it looks like you have a bunch of just rings tattooed onto your body, Bastion.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, to give you guys an update of where you are, let me grab that screenshot real quick from earlier. I should have just pinned it, and in fact, I'm going to for now, and I'll unpin it.
So we're at the staircase, right?
Yes. You are at that first staircase. Let me go ahead and go in and take a quick screenshot of this so I can get this working. A little janky, but I can't use I would normally use the normal the map I have, but it has all the exact fights that you guys are going to be looking at, so... Alright.
Yeah, it doesn't seem too healthy.
So we'll do that, and then copy, and then I will just go ahead and paste this. And I'm going to do this to house this somewhere else for the time being, because I don't want it disappearing on me. Actually, you know what? I'll just award XP as we're going. It'll be easier that way. Because then I don't have to track as much. Yeah, so for those first 2 fights, and you are at the 1 location currently. As the little icon goes.
So, so we have this map on our person, so discussing with the party, do we go ahead forwards to the staircase ahead of us, or do we pop a left and head further down towards our goal? Asking our fearless leader.
Yeah, we can check out that staircase. I mean, we're down here. Tickdrick, do you know anything about these specific tunnels?
No, I've not been around here before, but I can check and see what kind of material it is. I've been in these tunnels before, but I've been in tunnels.
Yeah.
And try and listen and see if I can hear any other creatures ahead before we move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see what you got.
I'm going to put it out there. Friend's not going past the other staircase. He's scared of water.
He doesn't know there's water there.
Yeah, you do. We have
Not on the map.
All right, Tickdrick, what are you running here?
I'm gonna.
Oh, it's true.
Try and listen for anyone else towards that the chamber with water.
Okay.
See if you can hear anything.
Go ahead and give me a perception check with advantage.
Okay. Be an 18.
All right. Yeah, you hear some voice. Do you speak or understand Infernal?
Nope.
Okay. So you do hear some demonic and strange, almost like chanting coming from the around the stairwell in front of you. You also hear a slight clashing coming from further in, but you can't tell which direction. If it is towards that water source, or if it is further down to the left towards your objective.
There's more voices in some sort of demonic language.
Well, they were speaking infernal earlier. They knew we were here. So
I couldn't tell which way it was coming from, though. You want to check?
Yeah, let's go up the stairs.
Okay. So as you guys turn around the stairs, good news. Roll initiative.
I would like to,
Yes.
I was about to say, damn it, I didn't catch it in time.
What's up?
I was going to be like, is it possible for me to go ahead and roll stealth?
You can roll stealth at the beginning of this if you'd like.
I would, because I don't believe I'm actually in line of sight yet.
Nope.
Friend is not in combat.
Yeah, Friend
And
and Bastion would be the first ones seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I have that
Gross.
beautiful +10. Everyone has that +10 to stealth if they wanted as of right now.
If the trigger's in the front, then
So
I'll
let's
also
see.
stealth.
Okay.
So 15
I
for stealth,
Okay.
and I'll roll the initiative.
Yep. And Tick Trick, you said you were
another
going.
7.
You are going to roll stealth if you're in the front.
Not in the front.
Okay.
Did you say?
Yeah, you're in the back with Duramar.
Yep.
So you haven't been seen. Yeah, go ahead and roll stealth if you like.
That'd be a 35.
Oh, shit.
Wow. Yeah, you vanish pretty effectively.
This is a Meon type of stealth.
35. Man, he's got literally almost the same intelligence as Zilpip when he was at or got the same stealth score as Zilpip at intelligence.
He's as sneaky as Zilpip is smart, and that's scary.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll your
Go back to
initiative.
when John Doe used to just disappear.
Oh yeah, never forget Fraz's character. His
Initiative,
law.
what you said?
Roll initiative. All right, perfect.
Don't worry, Friend still leads the initiative.
Friend still
Nice.
leaves the initiative. All right. So,
Can I add the +10 to my initiative?
God damn it.
I would like to do that, please.
Duramar, what were you saying?
I still got that 7,
Yep.
and 8.
Yep. All right. So as you guys as Bastion and a Friend turn the corner, you immediately are greeted by 2 more Tiefling guards and a muralist, looking like they're very confused about something. I will say the tunnels themselves are mostly lit up. It would be a slightly dimmer light than traditionally, but because of all the vines that are growing in these walls, they give off a very strange, almost green neon-like light, allowing you to see a lot more clearly more of these creatures and people. So yeah, you see as 2 Tiefling guards and a muralist are kind of looking very confused as they look further down the staircase going towards the, what looks to be a pool based on the map, or like a sewer system link. They look kind of flabbergasted by the situation. And as soon as they turn around, they see you, and Friend, you are up.
All right, how far are they?
They are currently, as you guys are at the top of the staircase, 5, 10, 15, 20 feet from you.
Oh, perfect.
Does that mean we get a surprise round?
No, they do notice you as you come around. Duramar and Ticktrick, if they had led the way, would have gotten the surprise round.
Okay.
I'm gonna make my way up to them.
Okay. That is 20 feet of movement as you walk up. What would you like to do?
Can I hit the muralist?
Yeah, very easily.
That's the goal. That's an 11.
11 barely misses as the muralist, not really surprised, kind of moves his head away from your hand as it goes flying past his face.
Well, I'm gonna flurry of blows and keep it going.
Oh no.
Oh god. Jesus Christ.
That fails. This muralist, very good at dodging and
This
weaving.
is a terrible start. Jesus.
Continuing to dodge and weave, the muralist seems to move his head as your fists go flying. He can see the punch coming from the shoulder. Alright. Anything else you'd like to do, Friend?
No, that's all I got.
Alright. Tickdrick, you are up, my man.
Okay. Is it possible to move down the stairs, and where'd you say they were exactly?
About 20 feet from in front of Bastion and Friend, so about 22 feet in front of you and Duramar.
Is it possible to get close to them while still stealth, or is that not
Yes.
happening?
They
Okay.
will get a chance to try and roll perception to see if they can spot you.
But
Okay.
spotting a 35.
But I'm going to be honest, I don't need to roll because they only have a +2.
So he'll use bonus action to dash up
Okay.
to the other one that Friend was not hitting,
Okay.
and then
Well, Friend didn't hit
hit
anybody.
with the short sword twice.
Okay, so you're going to shank one of the tiefling guards. Okay.
And he's with advantage.
Yes. And you get sneak attack from being not seen.
This first one
That hits.
is 17.
Yep.
Second one is a natural 20.
Go
so
ahead and roll to
that's a crit.
confirm.
Nope.
No, okay. So you can double the dice or double the damage.
I'll double the damage.
Okay.
So I'm going to do the first hit first.
All right.
Or would the sneak attack be the first hit, I assume?
Yes. And the sneak attack does not get doubled.
Okay. So this is for the first attack.
Okay.
And sneak attack.
All right.
Are they dead?
Yeah, as you slash into this one guard, completely taken aback as he's focusing on the Tabaxi monk that's trying to punch one of his compatriots. As he looks behind, as suddenly a sword you said sword, correct? Scimitar?
Yeah, short sword.
As your short sword goes plunging through his back and immediately just blood splashing all over the floor, you manage to pierce all the way through and the guard falls down to the ground.
Am I close enough to hit the
Yes, the other guard is standing there right next to him and looks
So
very
their attack
shocked.
The
Yep,
other attack will hit that one.
yep, that'll be your
Which
crit.
is, I said double the damage, right?
Yep. So whatever you roll times 2. So 10 points. All right. As you slash yet again, getting a cut right across the throat, coming down or coming harder into this poor tiefling guard. The guard seems completely shocked as he still doesn't seem to notice you, and just finds himself bleeding as he grabs his neck. He is still standing though.
Alright, and then he'll back up again.
Okay. All right. Are you going to back up down the staircase towards the water, or are you just backing up into one of the corners?
Back up into the corner.
Okay. All right. And your movement speed is 20? 40? Okay, so backing up, that would take... Okay, so that'd take your other portion of your movement, which is 20. All right. Perfecto. Okay, well, that tiefling's dead. That tiefling guard is seeing Friend, is assuming that he cast some sort of magic. He is going to grab his great axe and take a swing. I'm going to assume a 6 doesn't hit, Friend.
Just misses.
How about a 23?
Yeah, but is it magical?
It's not.
That's an actual
Sorry,
20,
man.
though.
It is not. It's a 19. Yep.
It's not enough.
13 damage, which does nothing, but you know what? Roll damage anyways.
That would have been a third of my health.
Yeah,
but-
yep, no, he's got to try. The Tiefling Muralist is... well, if my encounter...
On the bright side, he clearly cleaves through me and watches it stitch itself back together.
Fair enough. The Muralist is going to go ahead and grab his knife. Give me a moment to grab the item. Okay. Let me find... There it is. I hate that I can't roll these things like I want. It's really, really annoying. Alright. He grabs his axe, and he's going to go ahead and... or his knife, and goes ahead to take his shot. I'm just going to use this because it's the same thing. It's a 24 to hit.
I mean, it hits, but
It is magical. Don't
this
worry.
one's magical.
Yes. This is a Hue Blade. It is like the battle axe, but made into a knife. So when it hits, you'll be happy to hear all it does is give him a +1 and does nothing other than base damage. So you take 4 points of piercing damage, and that's it. Ignore the poison. Unless friend is confirmed made out of wood.
You know, I don't think so.
Okay.
But we can...
is he
He's not
a
made out of wood.
plant creature?
You know, if you... No, I might be green, but
All right, figure I ask. Okay, that is the end of that tiefling's turn. Bastion, my man, you are up. There is a guard with his throat slit. You are about 20 feet from them, and there's a muralist who keeps dodging punches and stabbing friend.
The muralist is right next to me.
No, they are 20 feet in front of you.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna walk up towards the muralist.
Okay. The tiefling guard will be flanking you, technically, but will not get an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
But they are both within striking range for you. Okay.
And I'm going to swing on the muralist.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack.
14.
You hit, as they are notoriously known for their cloth armor. That is very strong.
An 8.
Okay. As you slash into him, he still stands as the managed to slice into his shoulder, causing blood to fly out. His left arm is disabled, but he definitely is still capable of combat.
In 2-weapon fighting, I'm going to swing at him again for my bonus action.
Okay.
That's a 10.
To hit, that fails. You miss. As he manages to just barely bounce backwards an inch, of barely avoiding your axe.
I'm just going to give him the most, terrifying look.
Okay, roll intimidation.
17.
Alright.
And that's technically strength intimidation.
Oh, okay. Well, let me see if he, with a 10, he definitely is starting to lose color, but to be honest, Bastion, you're not sure if that's the blood loss or if he's just scared of you. Alright, Bastion, is there anything else you'd like to do?
That is my turn.
Alright, Duramar, my man, you are 22 feet away from the enemy at the top of the staircase. You can see the two are currently flanking Bastion and technically also flanking Friend.
Okay, so I can see combatants.
Yes.
But I am stealth.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Meaning they don't see you.
Gotcha. I'd like... it is unfortunate the only weaponized cantrip I have is Firebolt, but we'll go for it.
Okay. And who are you hitting? The guard or the muralist?
The guard.
Okay. Alright, roll your attack.
And at advantage because I'm stealth?
Sure. I'll give you that.
Thank God. Never. You know what? They both sucked.
Yeah, the firebolt, as you kind of get ready to aiming up the shot, the gleam from Bastion's very metallic head just distracts as the light kind of throws off your aiming, and the bolt goes flying right between the two of them, hitting the wall. You set one of the plants on fire. It immediately sizzles out.
No longer stealth or still stealth?
Go ahead. Let me see. I'll roll perception to see if they get it. Give me a second. Perception is based... wisdom cap. Well, that one fails. Oh, you have +2. That one sees... Yeah, the guard sees you, the one you were aiming at. He's a little distracted, though, right now by Bastion and Friend. But yeah, he definitely sees you.
Gotcha. Well, since I'm not moving this turn, I might as well try it again.
Okay.
Granted, not at advantage this time.
True.
And that
That
one's
hits.
a 24.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Watch, I'm gonna get 1 damage. Alright, 5.
You watch as the guard immediately... as the
It is fire damage.
Okay,
Just
I'll
like
keep
you.
that in mind. Well, you're just barely lucky enough then, because they are resistant to fire. As the firebolt slams into the tiefling guard's face, you watch as the helmet starts to kind of melt slightly, encasing over his head as he falls to the ground, collapsing on either dead or unconscious, either way suffocating.
Fair.
All right.
Dead.
Anything else, Dermar?
I kind of used both of my attack actions.
You did.
And I can't do much in terms of bonus actions as of the moment, so nope, that's it for me.
All right, Friend. Your one chance to redeem yourself against this muralist. Go ahead and it's up to you. Make your attack.
Fucking 11.
Yikes.
As
Not-
the fist misses, as this Mirrorless continues to duck and dodge, even injured to the brink of death.
Yeah, 21.
As you finally manage to sucker punch the man, go ahead and roll your damage.
You see, that first one was but a feint.
Yep. Don't worry, you don't have to roll any more damage. As you watch as the Mirrorless slowly melts to the ground, collapsing and dying, you lot are out of combat. Alright, that is Eam. That one's done.
Any loot?
Give me a moment. I'm writing up the XP real quick.
Yeah, no problem.
Let me also make sure just to pin as I go along so I can keep track. All right. So as you look about, go. What are you looking for as far as loot? What do you mean? Because I mean,
Just anything out of the ordinary. You know, nothing special. Just
leather armor, some more chainmail, two great axes, two longbows. No, you asked for this, so now I'm reading everything out. Scimitar, some leather armor, if I didn't mention it, and a dagger with the enchant hue on it.
the enchant what?
I want that
Hue.
one.
You can roll Arcana to see if you can figure out what hue is.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
I just know it's a glowy thing in front of like.
Well, does a 23 do anything?
Yes, you have a +1 bonus action, and +1 bonus to attacks and damage rolls made with this magic weapon. Hue is a +1 dagger that deals a maximum damage when the wielder hits a plant, a creature, or an object made of wood. The axe's creator was a dwarf smith who feuded with the dryads of a forest where he cut firewood. Whoever carries this axe feels uneasy whenever he or she travels through a forest.
You know what? I'll pick it up.
It immediately turns into a battle axe as you pick it up.
Interesting.
Yep, go ahead and add hue to your inventory. Okay.
where were these guards positioned?
Sorry?
Where were the guards positioned when we?
In that center room, here, I'll grab the thing.
How do you spell that, DM?
HEW.
Gotcha.
Let me go ahead real quick and grab that. One moment. Actually, I don't know why I'm... oh well, too late. Okay.
Add those to the tally.
What was that?
Just gonna make sure we add those tieflings to the tally of deaths.
Yeah.
Friend.
More
Alright.
bodies.
Yes, he needs to eat more, apparently.
More power.
Alright. That 2 is where we are at currently. So in that
Before friend can eat the one that's not like already goopified, Bastion is just gonna like, in like this pure rage, just fucking curb stomp it on the head.
Alright, you watch as he turns it to the smashed mash of brain, skull, and flesh. The horns seem to stay intact, though. Okay.
Oh, I'm definitely taking the horns.
Alright, go ahead and add as an other material 2 tiefling horns.
Nice.
Big robot man steal my food.
You can use those later for crafting or bargaining if you'd like. Alright, boys. I'm going to give you a moment to plan where you want to go next. I have to check my phone and grab some water, so it also gives me a chance to run an ad on the stream.
Yeah, no problem.
So.
Alright, gentlemen. So I guess options are...
I thought we went towards the watery room.
We were
Well,
going
we
to,
were
but
we turned down the
got stopped in the
staircase,
center area.
Oh.
and they were in
I
that middle area. So now we can
that's
go
where I
down.
heard the voices from.
Yeah. So we could either continue going up and around into that water area and risk, we'd probably have friends stand back and keep watch since we probably know there's water as we
I
have
could
this
go
map.
ahead and try and check
well,
the room out.
Actually, I mean, Friendor refused to go, but none of you know why. No one was there when the water thing happened.
True.
Did you openly say that you won't go towards the
Yes. Friend will not go towards the water.
I mean, I don't know what would be in the water either. Maybe there's nothing. Maybe there's something. When
I
it
can
comes
just
to
go
DM,
quickly
there'll
check
be
it.
something. Then there's
Stealth.
also the secret room below us, which I could probably mold Earth away.
I don't know if we want to check for secret rooms first while we haven't explored the entire area yet.
Yeah. Then again, I feel like we're almost on a timer due to the fact that we kind of have a war going on above us.
We could have someone like since we're not in active combat right now, just like have someone post it. We're at the entrance and make sure nothing like is coming towards us.
Unless Bastion and Ticktrick want to go explore that area really quick.
The water area.
I 100% do not think we should split the party. Even if Bren stays like in the hallway there.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I have trust issues.
Yeah, I understand, especially with this dungeon master, right?
Yeah.
All right. The DM has returned from his restroom break. Time to kill the party. All right, boys.
Hey, man.
Where are we going?
Well, Bastion, fearless leader.
I think that we're gonna head towards like up the staircase or down, whatever, towards that watery room.
Okay.
Yes. Is my stealth still applied, or is that to reroll it again?
Your stealth is still applied until either you decide to break it. I will say the pass without trace is no longer in effect, so you only have a 25.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yes. Pass without trace goes out of effect, I believe, once you've made an attack on someone.
I know it just lasts for an hour. It doesn't say anything about attacks.
Give me a minute. I'm just pulling.
That said, I think we did change the walking order.
Yeah.
Into this room.
Each creature. You're right. It does not actually have a specific to when it ends. So no, you do still have the 35 until you're spotted.
Because I haven't broken concentration just yet.
Yep.
That's the other way. They have a +2 to perception. They can't notice a 25.
That's true. All right. So you're gonna head down towards the waterway.
Yep.
Well, they are.
Yeah. I'm going to try to stealth.
Yep. You also have that +10, by the way, Bastion. Just letting you know.
That's probably a good thing.
I would agree. That's a good thing.
Friend is not going further than that first staircase down.
18.
Okay. All right, 18. I'll keep that in mind. Don't worry, Cheston. You're going to be very happy in a moment that you didn't do this, because there's an old... Apparently, I was really having a good time when I was stoned making these encounters and thought of a really funny encounter that you're going to hate.
Well, good thing I offered it.
All right, as the party minus friend head to the bottom of the staircase, as you come around the corner, you each see a bunch, or 3 tiefling guards, kind of standing guard as this big pool of water continues to kind of shake and shrivel. And it looks like they seem to be staring at something contently, not noticing you a lot. That seems to be further into the pool, as you can't really see based on the corner the corner of the wall currently.
I will sneak towards the edge, the top left edge of the pool, and see if I can see what they're looking at.
All right. So as you slowly sneak around them, let me just double check something. Do they have... You are so lucky you have blindside, actually, for this situation. Oh, yeah, because you... Oh, fuck. God damn it. Give me a minute, I'm going to message you something.
Okay.
So what what Ticktrick sees to describe to the call and to the stream, as you kind of come around or kind of sneak around these 3 guards, kind of staring into the water. He kind of sliding in between the two of the guards that are kind of pushed up against the wall. He immediately sees these 2 very gorgeous and voluptuous women wearing nothing but seashells to cover themselves that seem to be kind of like almost just floating in the water without moving anything. And they seem to be looking at the 2 or the 3 guards that are just standing there, who seem to be discussing something in Infernal.
I will message.
Can I hear them?
I will come to that in a sec. Go ahead, Ticktrick.
I'll message in Bastion's head. These are not what they seem. They're old, magical old hags.
Yeah, that checks out.
Bastion, as you hear in Infernal, what the guards are saying is, one of them going, man, you gotta go talk to her. And the other going, nah, man, my wife would kill me, especially in the middle of a battle. You imagine what the commander would think if he caught us here? And the last one goes, I haven't gotten laid in 3 years after my marriage. As they continue to stare on.
Do I know I can think back to Tick-Trick on, or is this the one I can?
Tick-Trick, I can't remember. Did you explain to the party? I don't believe you explained to the party that they could talk back. You just told them you could talk to them.
That's only for telepathy with friend. I did that.
He's linked to me with telepathy.
Oh, okay.
But
So you can use message.
They can't talk back to me though. I don't.
Okay.
Think. Hold on, let me check.
So I'm gonna rule as not in that case because I think that makes sense. Bastion, you hear the voice in your head. You don't know if you can talk back.
Okay.
I will say you do know what the message spell is, though, generally. And in your experience, it usually gives you the chance to send up to, I believe it's 24 words back.
Something like that. Yeah.
So, I guess I'd say back then, just like, might be best we stay out of this one.
That's what I was going to say.
All right.
Let them do their damage.
Tick-Trick, as you look back at the party, you can see Bastion seems to be staring at you intently.
He'll just like cock his head for a second, like, I can't hear you in your head. I'll message you again.
Okay. I'm gonna like wave my hand, like to get him to come back.
Do I get what he's trying to say?
He's waving you to come back. I mean, you can see that. Your character isn't very familiar with social norms, so I'll leave that to your own ruling.
I think he'll listen to this one.
Okay.
Seems like a pretty standard one.
Okay. Alright, so as you stealth back, you watch as one of the tiefling guards climbs into the pool and starts kind of, slowly bobbing over to, after taking off his armor and dropping his gear, starts bobbing over to the two creatures in the water.
Can I look at the gear? Is any of it?
None of it looks magical or fancy.
Oh,
it all looks like what you've been watching. Okay. Well, that encounter is there. Alright, so is the party gonna head back up the stairs?
I believe so, yeah. I'd go back to that center area where that last fight was.
Okay. Alright, as you come back to the center area, you can see a couple of something in the next room. Give me a moment to open that one. You lot can clearly see what looks to be definitely something of a humanoid that seems to kind of stagger kind of weirdly, wearing full armor, but seems to almost have a strange tilt to him, as every time a creature seems to take a step forward, it slightly dips to the right side of it. The other humanoid looks to be some sort of hooded creature. You don't see any horns coming out of his head. It's just the hood is very covered over his face. Or her face.
And these are up the stairs, you said?
Down to the next room that is heading towards your end goal.
Because we do see these the rooms that are sealed off, right, on the map.
Yeah, you can see them. You don't know how to get to the ones on the that are completely sealed off, though. There's no direction.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put out there, if they're sealed, they might be sealed for a reason. I don't know if we should go in there.
I mean, but mold earth works wonders.
You can also investigate the walls and such if you want. I mean, Tick-Trick was offering earlier to take a look at the walls.
I could do that.
Go for it.
I mean, sure. I'm not gonna stop you.
I'll look at the two places where it's closest to the chambers.
Okay. You have stone sense, I believe, or no?
What?
Do you have stone sense?
I don't think so.
Okay. I assume that's a 5. I think that's still a 5e. I think dwarves still get that.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the dwarves still get, but if I'm wrong, you know what? That's a 3.5 reference. Don't worry about it then. Either way, you can give me an investigation check with advantage.
Okay.
Holy shit. Yeah, as you look into those two little side hatches that kind of seemed oddly shaped, both of them seem to have a little bit of a shorter door that's only about 4 feet off the ground that you notice immediately can both be clicked open after hitting a stone in each of the corners. They seem to be almost like in a sense a switch. Both doors you guesstimate based on how they're set up would enter towards those rooms most likely. I will say the door, while it's only 4 feet tall, is about 6 feet wide. So.
Can I check for traps on these?
Yeah. Go ahead and give me another investigation check.
Not with advantage this time, I assume.
No. Not unless you have something for that.
8.
You don't notice any strange traps or anything of that sort.
All right, I'll tell the party that we can get into these rooms if we wanted to. And it doesn't seem it's trapped at all.
Do we want to try to enter these rooms or no?
There's still the guards in the pool area. We have to worry about it not making too much noise.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think they're preoccupied.
Yeah, I don't know if there'll be a problem for very long.
You hear some screaming in the background. As you kind of slightly turn around, you see a hand come flopping up the stairway and drops.
Yeah, just like peek down and like peek around the corner real quick.
Oh god.
You are still stealth.
Yeah.
They rolled a 20. You got lucky. I was 1 point off from catching you without the pass without trace anyways. But yeah, with a 35 in your stealth still, they do not, or it doesn't seem to see you. It does look in your general direction, but that's because that's where the hand is, and you see this ugly, drowned-looking corpse that seems to have bloated up with warts moving about, pus coming off the face. The hair seems to almost kind of fall apart on the creature, and you see it chewing on a foot.
A definite 3.
Right in your neck of the woods there, huh, Duramar?
Hey, I've seen worse.
Hey, man, at least you know they swallow.
I mean, 2,500 years of life, you see some weird things.
All right.
Yeah, I'll come back and say it. Nasty big blob thing.
How dare you describe a woman like that?
No, not food.
Sounds like if it moves, it's food.
I will say, friend, you can see that the hand was covered in water.
Not food. Okay.
Friend's greatest weakness is water. This is the nautical campaign. Welcome.
Oh God.
We're going over
No,
the
yeah, I'm a
seas.
cat.
Yeah.
I think passage. Why
But
not?
nonetheless, do we go through
Yes.
these chambers?
Yes.
Okay, top or bottom?
I think we're feeling
bottom.
lucky. Let's go to the clover-shaped one.
Okay. Does the rest of the party agree?
The bottom one's shaped like a wine glass, though. With a little extra. I'm feeling it.
So we got one for the top, one for the bottom. Bastion?
Shit, I don't care. We can do the wine glass one.
Okay.
That's my vote, sure.
All right.
All right. He's our fearless leader, so let's just go with that.
Grumpy, you agree with him?
Yeah, they're just waiting for someone to pull a lever, so...
Okay.
Pull a lever to pull, so pull or whatever they said.
All right, so as you smack the rock, what's... well, actually, the marching order don't matter in this case. I'm just going to have you all roll initiative almost immediately, but one moment before you do. So I can... Everything in here has combat, my man. I got really baked. I told you this, and that just means that I made a bunch of things. Okay.
I was there's something in there, though.
Yeah, go ahead and roll initiative. This actually is just more for my own reference of asking.
Brand the lead to the combat.
This is just to see what you guys are doing. God damn, Tick Trick.
Aha.
Nice, Dermore.
These are some good rolls. I'm liking these.
And Bastion.
I rolled a 12. Unless you wanted me to re-roll it.
Nope, I'll take it. If you had literally just decided to re-roll, I wouldn't have known though. Okay, so as you all walk in, with Friend leading the way, followed by Tick Trick, followed up by Duramar, and then Bastion in the back. You lot come into this strange room that seems kind of out of place. As the door opens up, coming around the corner, you see a little desk about 2 feet off the ground, a book that looks to have aged over the years, the paper itself kind of crinkling away, a couple of scrolls on a bookshelf right behind the desk, and 3 different little desk chairs. And they're just kind of skewed up across the room.
Who was leading, you said?
That would be Friend. It doesn't matter who's going, as you guys aren't in combat, it's just me having the initiative for the marching order, because that's how I'm going to do it from here on.
Make us way in.
I want to take a look at the floating book.
Okay. Alright, so as Duramar walks in alongside Friend, Friend, you're doing what now?
I'm just walking and looking around.
Okay. As you kind of look around at everything, looking on the walls, you can see strange scribblings. As you all actually really walk in, you can see scribblings on the walls of what looks to be some sort of very large beast, almost the size of what looks to be a small city in comparison to the little bodies drawn on it, with a massive thing of teeth and a tongue kind of flying out about. Duramar, as you walk up to the book, it is a normal brown leather book with almost straight. It's like an animal leather like page material. You don't recognize whatever this kind of animal leather is, but it's pretty safe to assume with the coloring it's the same as what the cover of the journal is, just in a lighter pigment. And as you start flipping through it, nothing seems to be written in the book.
Things written in the book?
Nothing is written in the book.
Huh.
If no one wants to touch it, Friend will take the weird thing.
God damn it. Tick-Trick, what'd you say?
He's going to keep an eye on the hallway.
Okay.
When you come down, he'll just watch the hallway wherever they came through.
Okay.
I do want to explore the other scrolls, because, Duramar's on a hunt for knowledge. That's the thing he hoards.
Alright. As you pull one of the scrolls down and the dust kind of comes with it, little mites kind of running around, on the scroll you immediately see the seal of it is a little, what looks to be a winged humanoid head as the sigil for the wax seal. As you kind of crack that and you open up the scroll, you see again, it seems to be blank.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if there's anything magical about these?
Sure. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
14.
Okay. With a 14, I'm going to message you something.
All right.
One sec. Okay. Okay. And while he's reading that, Tick-Trick, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Got it. Appreciate that. I will mention that Tick-Trick, as you walk out towards the hallway to kind of watch down outside the door, kind of watch into that main room and the doorway itself, still staying in the little offshoot, you do kind of notice as you look back, you don't see Bastion, Friend, or Duramar. You just see an empty room. Yeah, you just see an empty room with the books, the 3 chairs, and the bookshelf.
Can I walk forward again? Do I see him again?
You do.
Whoa, weird. I'll just say, like, something's off about this room. Bastion, come next to me.
I'll follow him.
All right, Bastion. As you walk over, you suddenly see. Actually, give me a perception check, Bastion, to see if you notice. Good news is it's not really hiding its presence. As you and Tick Trick kind of step out, you see giant teeth now at the entrance to that hallway, just within 5 feet of you. And you see Friend and Duramar are in. You can't see. You no longer see them. Friend, you know how you really love water? How does magical saliva feel?
I mean, technically that wouldn't be as bad, because the water's only bad because it's so much less goopy than I am.
That's true.
But it shouldn't do nearly as much.
We are going to roll damage. You take 9 points of damage, and you're not sure what it is. As you feel this weird, wet, thick liquid kind of hitting your body every time you move around. To Bastion and Tick Trick, you can fully see this room as a mimic. And Duramar and Friend are in its mouth.
So my blind sight doesn't let me see it all?
No, because this is magic.
Let me see it either.
Oh, this room's pretty wet. I think we need to leave.
I don't want to be in this room. I'm hurting.
I'll message Duramar in his head quite loudly to get out.
Brother,
Get out.
Gotcha.
Duramar, you hear nothing.
Gotcha.
Friends in pain doesn't want to be in this room anymore.
I do sense this. I did sense earlier that this room was incredibly more humid per se.
Yep.
So I think it's time to abandon ship.
As you and Friend start walking over, you feel yourselves running into an invisible wall. You see Bastion and Tick Trick for a moment at the end of the hallway, and then they seem to walk off. And you, Duramar and Friend, as you both understand common, you hear Bastion suddenly say something along the lines in common of, I guess they must have left. We'll just have to continue on.
I'll try and telepathy talk to Friend.
Okay. What are you going to say?
Tell him, get out. Get out.
Friend, you do hear this.
Friend is a cool spell for this.
Is it from the same wall that we're looking at, or in a different part?
He hears the voice in his head.
Okay.
Yes, because Friend has a telepathic link currently with Tick Trick.
Yeah. So Friend's gonna go back from whence he came.
Are you gonna try and run through?
I'm gonna turn to gas and float through.
Okay. As you turn to gas, you all suddenly start hearing coughing, and Duramar, you feel the entire room start to shake. And then suddenly, the thing seems to gulp. Duramar, I need you to make a strength saving throw or a dex saving throw. I will take either.
We'll rock a dex.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Dex is to jump out. And you definitely don't do too well as you feel yourself being wrapped around by the tongue as suddenly to Tick Trick and Bastion you watch as the strange green fog comes out of the mimic's teeth and it seems to almost belch as you watch as the mouth opens up and Duramar's wrapped around its tongue being swallowed and pulled back. Go ahead and... Well, we already have initiative. So, Friend, good news. You're up first.
Son!
I mean, if I'm actually out now, I'll cancel the spell.
Okay, as you cancel a spell, that is one of your actions. As you drop in front of... Now you see as Bastion and Tick Trick kind of are staring at these this mouth.
With an action gone, I can't really do anything.
Alright, end of your turn?
Yeah, I can.
Alright, Tick Trick, you are up.
Okay, so... The tongue is pulling him in.
It looks to be.
Would it if I tried to hit it, would I have to go inside?
Yes, you'd have to climb into the mouth to hit the tongue.
Okay. He's not doing that. How thick is the tongue? Is it like cuttable if I throw a dagger at it?
No, it's a good about a foot thick, and about you'd guess about 7 feet long.
Okay. Does it look like it actually hurt this thing by hitting it in its mouth area?
You don't know. You've never fought a mimic before.
Okay, well, go ahead and gonna swing a couple times.
All right.
Hit it from standing, right?
Yep. You'll be hitting its the front of its mouth, so you'll be hitting teeth and any other pieces of flesh on the front.
Yeah, I'll just start hacking at it.
Okay.
Yep, I'll use an action and use the movement as action, and then bonus action 2 weapon fighting.
Okay.
So 3 attacks. That's a natural 20.
That hits. You can go ahead and confirm.
Oh, okay. So the first one hit. Second one, 23 hit?
Yep, that hits.
Oh, no.
The third one does not.
Okay.
All right.
So first one, I'll double the damage.
Yep.
Did you confirm or no?
Confirm death?
He did not.
He got... Yeah, he did, because he got the 16.
I thought that was...
No, I'm saying he didn't get the confirm, like he didn't hit the...
Oh, he did not get the
I did
confirm.
not.
No.
I'll double the damage.
Yeah. All right.
10.
10 points, okay.
And then 8.
8, okay.
And that's it.
All right, as you grab your sword, you start getting into almost a flurry of blows here. You slash into the teeth, smacking against them. They seem to start cracking as you smack into them and seem to be slowly shattering. All right. Duramar, you are fully restrained. You can give me a strength saving throw to see if you can break it.
Gotcha. So fully, like, I can't move my arms or anything like that?
Correct, yep.
So what's the possibility of me transforming into the fairy form to try to escape the grasp?
You could, that's an action, and it is a grapple still, so all you're going to get is basically advantage.
Gotcha, because I was wondering if, because I don't know if it would be, like, kind of like, since I'd be kind of shrinking, if I'd be able to just...
Hey, you'll get advantage against the DC.
Alright, yeah, I'll use an action to transform into the fairy form.
Okay.
And then I'll make that save.
Alright, go ahead and give me a strength save then, with advantage.
Is it strength or dex, or just strength?
Just strength. Because the reason you got dex last time was to dodge out of the way. Strength was to overpower, so...
Alright, the first one's an 11, the second one's a 20.
Alright, you succeed as you knock off, or manage to get away from this creature. The tongue for the rest of the party, you see as it kind of unwinds as the fairy dragon that is Duramar floats up a little bit, getting away from it. The tongue seems to drop and stop paying attention to him. Okay.
Alright, am I able to...
That is the end of your turn, mate.
Gotcha.
Yep. Alright, the first... portion is going to go for this. And it is going to go ahead and try again to bite at poor Duramar. I take it a 10 doesn't hit.
No, it doesn't.
Does an 8?
No.
My rolls, man. I've got cook's luck tonight.
Glad, but don't worry, DM. It'll come back to me shortly.
I hope so. All right. As you lot watch, as also the... actually, let me make check on this. Oh, this is going to be bad. Okay, and it fails. You watch as suddenly the giant mimic in front of you all disappears, and you see the 3 little mimic chairs that are trying to bite at Duramar as he floats up above them. The room you now can fully see is the desk room, and you can see the book with the written words in it now, as well as the scrolls that are lying on the ground. But these 3 mimic chairs continue to try and chomp at Duramar, 10 feet in front of you. All right, that is the end of that mimic's turn. Bastion, my man, you are up.
So the large mimic disappeared? Is that what you said?
Yes, it just vanished, almost as if it was an illusion.
Okay. I suppose that I will advance towards one of the chairs.
Okay. You will be flanked by all 3 no matter what, by advancing up towards them, so just as a heads up.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I'm going to swing at one.
Okay. Go ahead.
That's a 9. That's probably not going to...
That misses. Chairs, man. They're not exactly Bastion's specialty of monster.
Bonus action.
Okay.
That's a nat 20.
You roll to confirm.
That was almost, but was not.
A dirty 20. Alright, you can choose to double the dice or double the damage.
I will double the dice, and
Okay.
then I'm also going to add my brutal strike.
Alright, go ahead and roll.
First one's a 10. Second one is a 12, so 22.
Mm-hmm.
And 24.
Okay, as you slash into the chairs, they really are almost like a kindling. They're not very sturdy. These mimics seem to be very young. As you manage to slam into them, and the chair breaks apart as the mimic falls to pieces as Bastion's axes seem to chop straight through it. Bastion, roll your coppers.
Oh yeah. 5 more.
As 5 coppers explode from the chair. Most brutal part about it. All right. Anything else, Bastion?
That would be my turn.
Okay. The mimic, the secondary mimic chair is going to go ahead and try and go ahead and attack Bastion. Does a 17 hit Bastion?
No.
Damn. Fuck me tonight. Wow. Alright, I can't hit shit. I take it a 15 doesn't hit either?
Nope.
Okay. Alright, as the mimic continues to fail at trying to bite into Bastion, its teeth continuing to grind against it. The second mimic is going to also try and grapple Bastion itself. Bastion, it's your athletics versus their strength. That's a 23. You are grappled, my friend, and this means that the mimic chair will get advantage on attacks on you. Oh, actually, they will auto hit, my bud. You will get a chance at the end of your turn to break free, as always. Okay, well, that's the end of its turn, as it can't do anything else. Friend, you are up.
Nearest thing for friend to punch.
Okay. There are, as you can move forward, the 10 feet, you can hit either mimic, or you can attack specifically the one that is currently wrapped around Bastion.
Yeah, I'll try to get Bastion in hand. One.
Okay. I will say if you crit fail, you do have a chance now of killing Bastion if you do so.
Okay, never mind that. Yeah, no, I'm good. Bastion's got it.
Okay.
I'd rather not be the Bastion dies.
I think it'd be hilarious. But okay, attacking the other mimic chair, not a problem. Go ahead and roll to attack as you charge forward.
Yeah, it's 24.
That hits. By a lot.
I'm just gonna say, it was teetering from a 1, and I was about to freak out.
That's fair. And this is acid damage?
That's not very high damage this time. Oh.
Well, unfortunately, these creatures are immune to acid.
Well, cool. It's 5 damage.
Yep.
Sure.
Alright. Anything else you'd like to do, friend? You've used your movement, some of your movement, and an attack.
Yeah, no, I don't want to waste my key points. I only have 2 left.
Okay.
So,
Alright then. Tickdrick, the tricky dick. You are up, my man.
Okay.
Get tricky!
Get tricky. Can I get a flanking on either one of these?
Oh, what? Sorry?
Flanking?
Yeah, you can easily get around him. You could try to easily get the one that's grappling Bastion, which is distracted currently, so it would not be able to attack you. You would get a advantage on that. Or you can take on the other mimic chair that is currently fighting with Slime, a friend, and attacking him, which you could also easily flank and get around.
I'll do the one that's attached to Bastion.
Okay.
I'll dash up to it.
All right. As you dash around the room, you end up right behind it. You do use 15 movement speed.
Okay. And I will attack twice, both at advantage.
Okay.
With a short sword.
All right, let's see what you get. 11, 21 hits.
Okay.
24 hits. 23 hits, but you both attacks hit.
And sneak attack on the first one.
Yep.
9 plus sneak attack.
All right, not too bad. As you stab into the creature, keep going. All right, go ahead and roll your last one. As you stab in, Bastion, you will take 1 point of piercing damage. As you stab the mimic, continuously cutting into it, you watch as the thing kind of changes its shape over and over again, and the creature finally, cutting through it, splits apart and falls off Bastion. Unfortunately, your last hit does go a little deeper through the mimic than you intended, piercing Bastion just ever so slightly.
I would just say, oops.
Uh-oh, my bad, G.
As you say oops to Bastion, who has now got a little hole in him. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Tick Trick?
No, back away from Bastion. He's afraid that he might hurt him.
Okay. You can back up 5 feet. The room is wide enough, but that's about as far as you can go, and you will be against the bookshelf.
Yep, I'll do that.
Okay. Alright, my man Duramar, in your fairy dragon form, you are up.
I can still cast magic, correct?
Yes. It just comes out looking like you're spitting it out.
Nice. Firebolt towards the last mimic.
Alright, roll to hit.
14.
14 hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
2.
2 points of fire damage as the firebolt immediately extinguishes itself on the mimic. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do?
Since I'm not moving, I'll do it again.
Okay, go ahead and shoot another firebolt off for me.
Natural 1.
Roll to confirm.
I swear to Christ. Not confirmed.
The evil grin was getting going. Alright, well, as you manage to miss the fairy dragon, as you shoot out the firebolt, it seems to almost come out more as a belch, and instead of shooting out, it just kind of erupts in your face. Luckily, not killing you. Alright, well, that mimic's dead. Bastion, my man, you've been stabbed, but you are no longer grappled.
And there's one more chair?
Yes, to your left, and within hitting distance.
So, question for you.
Yes.
Does my dick javelin have a nice thick shaft?
What?
Yeah, why?
I'm gonna, full-on baseball bat swing it at this fucking mimic chair.
I'll give you advantage for style points. Go ahead. I respect it. That was good.
A 20.
That hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Alright. 10, and then a brutal strike. 13 points. I guess that would be, bludgeoning?
Yeah. As you slam the mimic, it gets knocked back into the hallway, slamming into the wall, taking another 4 points of damage as it slams into the wall. You can hear it kind of spit out as something strange is going off with this mimic as gold coins come flowing out of its mouth for a moment. You see 4 gold coins hit the floor. Alright. You have now knocked this mimic 15 feet away from you. Bastion, what else would you like to do?
Throw the dick balloon.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna stay standing still and throw the dick javelin at it.
Alright, go ahead and roll to hit. See if you can kill it.
That's a nat 20.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I did not confirm.
Alright, double the dice or double the damage?
Double dice.
Okay.
That's a 10 and 19 total.
You all watch as Bastion just smacks this thing like a baseball bat up into the wall, and then changing his hand grip as he throws the javelin slightly in the air to change his handling, chucks it, nailing the mimic to the wall, and it immediately just breaks apart. Spewing 2 more gold coins for a total of 6. We are out of combat.
I would like to go back to the book, noticing that there is now writing in it.
Okay, give me a moment.
Back to my dragonborn form, of course.
Yeah, no problem. Give me 1 sec to just add the XP to this, so I can remember.
I'm going to claim my 6 victory gold.
Yep.
Yeah, I wasn't going to take that from you at all. That's you.
Okay, that's fine.
Even when I don't use my money-making items, I make money.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, Tinker's gonna ask, do you just make money?
Yes.
It's these axes.
Don't worry, boys. Friend has leveled up.
God damn it. Okay. You're gonna love this item. Cook, would you
Bastion's almost there, not quite.
Dermar, would you let me to just add the item to your inventory real quick?
If it's the art of the deal, I don't want
it. It isn't, but... don't worry.
Alright, yeah, sure, just add it to the inventory.
Like, it's too late, the art of the deal is yours.
Oh, man. Well, I know Bastion's gonna get a good kick out of this. Give me a moment.
But I would also like, of course, after this is all said and done, I would like to collect any more of the scrolls, as, you know, hoarding knowledge is my thing.
I will say, as you look about the scrolls, they are too deteriorated to use.
Gotcha. Even the one that I picked up earlier?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was... Well, first off, the one you picked up earlier was an illusion. It wasn't the actual scroll.
I got you.
Yeah, you guys were in an illusionary space put on by the mimics to make it look like there was a larger mimic in here. Okay, so, and Bastion, make sure you make a note that you picked up the 6 gold coins from the mimicry room, because they do have, as you look at them, they have some strange face marks on them that you aren't familiar with any nobility that looks like them. And they do definitely look older than you were expecting. Also, Duramar, as you look at the book, to describe this book, give me a moment. It looks like a cheap bone book that allows, or that just has a strange, almost talon-like claw on it, or that seems to be made of this crimson avian-like foot. It's made with simple bones and a red hide, and the name carved into the cover of the book reads Crimson Talon. And below, it reads Bastion, Tikva, Gon, the trash goblin, and Raz. As well as E2.
Nice.
I have the Book of the Crimson Talon membership.
Yeah, you do. I don't know what you're going to do with it, but you have it.
Oh, well, I like knowledge.
I don't think... No, I think I know what's in there. You don't want that knowledge.
No, don't worry about it. We'll pack it away.
Okay. As you kind of look about, you kind of discerning that this would be a good place for the DM to call the session for today. We will come back next time for the party's second half of this dungeon fight. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you then. Peace!